Okay then chat, now that we have seen the game number 3 live, it is time to go back to the basics, to the Maridia, and see how did we actually arrive in that scenario. So yes, this is gonna be the game 1 between the team Willowisppsi. Or yep, that's Willowisppsi. Like, why cannot you just be called Willowisp, but instead you are like Willowisppsi? Come on, how am I supposed to keep pronouncing your team name like that? Like, yeah. But yeah, they're gonna be going up versus Team Lunishko. Setup is the same as in the previous game, so we will have M27 AI in this little islands, 2 of them on a single island, so it's gonna be the Sef Ushavok playing the Seraphim, and then the other one is gonna be Ocarina playing Aeon. On the other side, we will have Sef playing the Seraphim, and then supporting him, it is gonna be Wizim playing Aeon. On the middle island, for the team Lunishko, it is gonna be the team captain playing the Seraphim. Then, on the naval carry slot, in the bottom left corner, it is gonna be Svatosław playing Cybran. Then, on the right side, naval slot, it is gonna be Skrat playing Seraphim in Royal White. And last but not least, the air player for the team Lunishko, Limes, playing once again Aeon on the air slot. Their opponents are gonna be in the mid lane, Tersto playing Seraphim in Banana Yellow. Then on the top right navy slot, it is gonna be Shen playing Aeon. On the leftmost naval slot, it is gonna be Willowisppsi. Man, please change your name. Like, yeah. You're gonna make me die here with that name. And last but not least, for Team Willowisppsi, it is gonna be Blissful Noob playing Cybran on the air slot. Finally, something different than all the Aeon bastards. Someone who is gonna be the sneaky one, so yes. The game plan is most likely the same as for the all other teams. It is gonna be all about removing the M27 forces from this island here, as we can see. The cheat coefficient have been set to 1.4, as we can see from the mass available on the ACU being exactly 1.4 instead of just 1 per second. But yeah, the game plan is to move the 2 ACUs with a bunch of units and clear out this whole island from the opposing forces, as this will basically open up the map and allow the teammates from this position here to keep the push going and then eventually win versus the other naval players from the opposing team. Okay? Here comes a bomber from Mr. Tersto. The first kill is on. Can it find more targets or not? Second bomb drop, we have some dodges happening, as yes. Lunishko can actually go and evade one of the bombs with the engineer. Now the juicy target of 3 engineers is not gonna work out, as Banani is really making sure that no one is gonna go and actually kill his engineers. Once again, here comes the bombs. And missed. Interceptors coming from both teams, as we have the small airfight happening, and yes, it seems like there is also one more bomber produced by Shen. It is also gonna go and grab a single kill, but unfortunately, a single kill is all it will take. So yes, and now it seems like it's time for a payback. As we can see, bombers from Svato grabbing 1 kill here, second one impossible, and also a bomber from the M27 Ocarina scoring single kill, but here comes another one. Third bomb have been dropped at this time around. More engineers are gonna go and die. Shen gonna go and try to protect Mr. Terst on the middle lane, and yes, here comes the interceptors. The bomber have been shot down, but the problem is the inties from the team Lunishko are here to go and clean up the airfight. So yes, it seems like so far when it comes to the early game on, the team Banani is doing much better. Some stragglers from the M27 gonna go and come to shut down the units belonging to Svatosław. Thankfully, Lunishko have his back with his own interceptors, cleaning up the remnants, as this position here is basically a war zone, with all 4 teams trying to go and win this air position, as the sky is the limit, as they say, and if you control the sky, you can do whatever you want. So yes, like I thought, we have 2A, no, it is only as ACU from Scrat going to the M27 position here, although he does have a few frigates with him to support him, so that's very nice to go and see. But I would like to go and see the Limes ACU move faster than this, especially when we look at the other side of the map. We have 2 ACUs from the team Willowisppsi already here, with Willow playing very dangerous game, coming on the shoreline onto the land with his own ACU where he's trying to go and kill the enemy units. He will score a few kills here and there, 500 numbers killed on the ACU, but at the same time he took 2,500 damage, so yes, it was not the best move to come ashore, especially as we can see the M27 starting to build more and more PDs here. So the man is gonna be unable to keep the push going. At the same time, it seems like Lunishko is being very aggressive with his own ACU, although it seems like the fight is gonna be versus ACU to see who can go and keep the mass extractor alive in here. Is Lunishko gonna reclaim it and build his own? Or can Testo can actually keep it alive like that? Oh, he's gonna actually go and, well, steal it away, not reclaiming, and now it is time for the move from Tersto to come out. And here we go, round 2 is gonna go to Mr. Tersto. Banani, what is gonna be your move? Well, seems like, okay, let's go and steal it again. Tersto, the ball is in your court now. Will you make it or not? Okay. For the 4th time in the game, we have the T1 Max being stolen by one of the ACUs. Okay, never mind. Okay. It seems like Tersto wasn't going to do it, but he will steal it anyway. Now the another one have been reclaimed, and now Tersto is gonna move forward to go and grab it once again for himself, and we will see if Lunishko gonna steal it back or not. Man, what an interesting gameplay here. 2 ACUs stealing a single T1 Max from each other, again and again, as if they're playing a game of a ping pong. Let's go back and see what is happening. We have Tersto with a bunch of tanks and the T1 transport going to the side, as yes, it seems like the air position have been cleaned out by his own interceptors. At the same time, it seems like there's also been a T1 drop happening on the leftmost side island, as we have Svatosław dropping in units to take control over this position here, and no, he is actually not dropping anything, he just took the engineer back and he's going, well, I guess, yeah, this is more important. It's a much safer position, but the problem is that their opponent, Mr. Willowisp, is already building a bunch of sylphs, the T1 attack submarines, to kill your, well, underwater mexes. So that's not good. At the same time, it seems like the drop from Scrat is only gonna kill a single T1 mech, so not that much damage is gonna be done here. And looking at the M27 forces, it seems like they're doing just fine here in the green base, as we can see that Scrat is still unable to go and destroy it, especially as the ACU from Limes is not joining him. Instead, it is staying here on the main island, defending it from the 2 ACUs belonging to the M27, Vizim and Sefuu. On the other side of the map, it seems like both Willowisppsi and Blissful Noob gave up. They are no longer trying to go and destroy the island belonging to M27, but instead, they are opting to go and defend their own forces before they can actually build enough frigates to go and stop the push of the Auroras and the Zuis from across the field. Okay, another drop of units here. As we can see, the T2 mass extractors coming under fire from the enemy Zuis, hot drop by Tersto. One T2 max is gonna go and fall down, which already means that this drop is a successful one, as the damage have been done, and not only the max is dead, but also, what's more important, half of the reclaim, or actually 60% of it, have been destroyed by the area of effect damage from the Zuis. Well, basically overkilling the target and still shooting, so yes. Now, finally, it seems like the Team Lunishko is gonna go and opt for the T2 Naval HQ upgrade on their units here, so yep. When they grab the destroyers, they should have much easier time dealing with the M27 forces here, as the frigates alone are not gonna be nearly enough. And let's take a look at the other forces, as Shen is actually amassing quite a big fleet for this stage of the game, as he have been basically unbottered by this whole time, so yes. He should have decently easy time scaling up the economy and building the naval fleet. While on the other hand, it seems like Svatosław is not gonna have such an easy time, as there is a T1 submarines just, well, swimming around like sharks, killing random T1 mexes all over the place, killing the engineers, which were supposed to actually go and, well, recover the destroyed mexes. Another airfight happening here, up above the base belonging to Banani. But it seems like the juicy play here is a tactical missile from Tersto. Although I feel like he should go and grab the T2 upgrade suit on his own ACU, as the free engineers and the build power available on his own ACU is nowhere enough to actually keep the TML's missile rolling in one after another, so yeah. You will want more build power on this. Because yes, that's quite slow. And bringing in a bunch of engineers with you to go to the water and just, you know, look for better angles versus the other T2 mexes and targets here is not the best idea, as it makes the ACU much easier to get spotted. We also can see a T1 drop full of Zuis being hot dropped on the other side of the island, as once again Banani is gonna be forced to go and try to shut it down before it drops. The interceptors are here, but the drop is finished. The Zuis are here. Although it seems like Lunishko was ready to intercept it, as we can see by the very quick build of the T1 PD to go and kill them, and yes, it seems like not that much damage is gonna get that. Never mind. The TMD is dead. I repeat, the TMD is dead, so yes, maybe, just maybe, we will have some TML missiles sneak past, but no, there is one more TMD available here on the front, so yep, one shot, second shot, and the TML missile is gone. And it seems like Team Banani is actually gonna have a lot of trouble dealing with not only the M27 AI on the right flank, but also with Shen bringing his own navy here, so yes. So yeah, the damage is being done, and as such, we will see that Skrat and Limes are gonna have to go and fall back more and more towards the base, as their naval production is gonna be the next target, although the T2 Naval HQ already finished, and with the first class destroyer and also the Ushapok being online, it seems like the Zuis and Auroras belonging to the M27 are gonna be nothing else but a mass donation towards the workhouse of the Team Banani. Although there is another problem. There is a few submarines available in this unit mix belonging to Shen, and they're making a beeline for the T2 mexes belonging to Limes behind his main base, so yep. Although thankfully it seems like the T1 sonar and the T1 torpedo launchers, also there is a wave break here available, so yes, it seems like the man is ready to go and intercept the enemy navy. And as long as they can go and kill the Sylph submarines, they are gonna be just fine. And with the T2 torpedo bombers coming here from the HQ of Limes, and also with some more bombers coming from Svatosław, it seems like the T1 submarines are gonna get cleaned out in no time. And now the only victims of this raid are gonna be the enemy T1 frigates and T1 engineers. So yes, this attack by Shen is gonna go and turn into nothing more but a mass donation, And now, with the torpedo bombers from the M27, it seems like it's gonna be the destroyers belonging to Skrat, which are gonna be the ones falling down next. Especially as there is no proper AA available for them in here. Another hot drop, this time made of Jensen hover tanks by Tersto, as we can see the man trying to be as annoying as possible, with drops all over the map happening at every possible moment. Did he get some good value from the TML? Yes, it seems like he did score a few kills with the 3000 mass killed on the ECU, so that's like, what? I guess that's 2 T2 maxes with the mass extractor skill, or maybe 5 unoccupied ones, so yes. Decent value, but could definitely be better. The naval factories have been built up by Banani, but the T1 torpedo launcher should be enough to go and deciduate this suicide move from Tersto. Although, with the T2 suit available on his ACU, he can just come closer and reclaim the torpedo launcher, so yes, Lunishko is not as safe as he might be feeling here. Okay, the transport has been shot down. And it also seems like the T1 submarines from Svatosław have finally been found out. They might have scored a few T1 max kills here and there, but in the end, they are gonna get found out by the skimmers belonging to Shen. So yeah, so far it seems like all the raiding parties have been dispatched by the opponents and turned into nothing but a scrap. Yep, now with some air units available in here, it seems like the destroyers belonging to Skrat can finally come back and start dealing the damage to the bases belonging to the M27. But the problem is that the other side team is doing exactly the same. As we can see them trying to go and clean up the M27. And honestly, killing the Ocarina ACU here is a very good choice. As kaboom, the shells goes in and yep, it's a boom headshot. As the first ACU of the game is down at minute 15. And now it seems like the Seth Ushavov is gonna be the next target for our destroyers. He can no longer stay inside the water, so he have to come out to the land, and if he comes out to the land, he will be greeted with the artillery fire from destroyers, as we can see that the Exodus class are gonna mop down this whole M27 units in here. And now with both ACUs down, all the bases are gonna explode, and as such, Willowisp is the one to go and push in and grab the first kills. But hey, it seems while we weren't looking, we had some other ACUs explode on the other side, where we can see that the destroyers from the Skrat are also cleaning up the enemy ACUs, and the Vizim is gonna be the last one standing alive. Surprisingly, it also seems like... okay, never mind, that's just T2 air units, okay? So the ASF was actually gifted by... okay, here comes the ACU explosion, as Vizim is last M27 to be removed from the game. So well, goodbye and sweet dreams. But coming back to my previous thought, it seems like for some reason Blissful Noob is well giving his ASF to Shen, but yeah, I guess he just gave a single ASF so he can protect himself from the enemy torpedo bombers and drops quite easily. So that's a good choice. As we can see, other ASF are still in the hands of Blissful Noob. And let's look how many ASF are available for the team Banani. Well, only 3 available for them, so Blissful Noob can actually swoop in and kill them off quite easily, as he still have double the numbers. And considering there is still no Omni available for the team Banani, yep, the stealth is still a very important tool in the Cybran toolset, so yes. I would really love to see Blissful Noob play slightly bit more aggressive with his air units. But it seems like he's gonna go and opt to defend the torpedo bombers. As we can see that the team Willowisppsi, god damn it, this name,
Willowisppsi.
It's actually gonna go and try to mount a counter-offensive versus the destroyers belonging to Skrat, although they still have a single cruiser available, but with the big number of torpedo bombers actually gathered in the top corner of the Shen's base, they should be able to just go and one-shot the cruiser and then clean up the enemy destroyers. So we will see how is this fight gonna go and end up, as it's hard to say. And yeah, we can see the T2R factory going full steam ahead with the torpedo bomber production, which is a very good choice here, as torpedo bombers are very effective at delaying or even just destroying the naval pushes. Although I wouldn't let them get here, because now we are actually gonna keep on losing the T2 Maxes, Mr. Shen. And that's no bueno, as we all know. Torpedo bombers have been released. Flak shells flying through the air, as the cruiser is trying to go and buy some time, but unfortunately it is gonna go and fall down, as there was not enough torpedo defenses available. But it seems like Skrat is gonna go and respond in the same kind, pushing with his own torpedo bombers versus the naval fleet belonging to Shen. But yes, the ASF and Swifties are here and ready to be deployed, and as such, Skrat air units are gonna get killed and destroyed in no time. Meanwhile, Shen is gonna keep on using his own torpedo bombers to keep on killing the fleet belonging to Skrat. So yes, it seems like this big naval force is gonna turn into nothing more but a muscle nation, which is very, very unfortunate. At the same time, it seems like Willowisp is making pushes on the bottom part of the map versus the units belonging to Swatosław, but unfortunate for himself, he doesn't have any kind of cruiser. Okay, never mind. He does have a single cruiser available. Unfortunately, it is not in the position to actually defend the enemy destroyers, as we can see them falling down one after another, sinking down to the bottom of the sea. Okay, ASF from Blissful finally arriving here, so it seems like Willowisppsi can still keep on going, and he is gonna go and deal massive damage towards the base and build power belonging to Swatosław. As you can see, the T1 engineers dying one after another to the frigates and destroyers belonging to Willowisp. So yes, the fight is big, and it seems like the team on the left side is winning. Oh my goodness, the air crash is also working here, as we can see that Skrat is being forced back down to his own base, and even it seems like he's gonna go and lose the M27 island, which he just grabbed control over a few seconds earlier. So yes, this is quite bad indeed for them. Now we can see Shen is gonna go and push in versus the forces belonging to Lunishko, as he's coming here to go and destroy the T2 HQ that just nearly have been finished. ASF flying over the skies, but yes, it seems like there is no proper response available for Lunishko. He might try to go and use his single destroyer to go and save the day, but unfortunately for him, the frigates and destroyers from Shen are already here, and a single ship is not gonna be nearly enough to go and stop the raiding party from Shen. At the same time, it seems like Willowisp is gonna go and clean out the whole naval yard forces, as Lunishko is gonna go, no, as Swatosław is gonna go and Control K on the enemy battleships. Most likely this is a Control K due to some connection problems or something, as I see no real reason to go and die here. And with no death screen actually popping up, yep, this must be a Control K, as the ACU have been removed from the game. At the same time, it seems, okay, never mind, it seems like Lunishko have a big bunch of engines available to go and stand the bleeding, as the cruisers, destroyers and frigates belonging to Shen are getting killed one after another, and then, soon enough, they're gonna sink down to the bottom of the sea. And yes, with even more units pouring from Skrat from the right flank, it seems like Shen will be forced to go and actually move back and regroup somewhere around this part of the map, as otherwise he's risking his whole push just collapsing. Okay, torpedo bombers dispatched by Shen have been killed off by the ASF belonging to Lines. But yep, the army belonging to Willowisp is still pushing forward. And it seems like the air grid belonging to Limes is gonna be the next target. Unfortunately, it seems like the cruiser have recovered all of its HP already. Nope, never mind. It is dead. As the torpedo bombers have managed to kill it off. And now the problem is, there is no more anti-air available here. So yes, this is gonna be a muzzle nation. But at the same time, it is gonna be a muzzle nation which is about to go and deal massive damage. That is, if they can actually lob the shells over the hills here. And shells are gonna get lobbed. Although, unfortunately, it seems like not even a single T3 pigeon might get killed, as the torpedo bombers are pouring in from all sides. Only 2000 HP remaining, but the Exodus class have been killed. Only a few more remaining as they're gonna go and try to go and kill the enemy destroyers. As for some reasons, there is no proper micro available here, as Willowisp is looking somewhere else. So instead of killing the power grid belonging to Limes, we have them trying to go and kill the enemy destroyers. But with enemy bringing in 5 of them, the 2 remaining Exodus class are gonna be no more. And yes, now the Torpakedon can actually go and look for other targets, so yep. Both Willow and Shen will have to go and rethink their choices when it comes to pushing with the naval forces, as Limes already have what, 31 torpedo bombers available. But let's take a look at the amount of ASF, 24 versus 16, so yes, it seems like we somehow missed an airfight happening somewhere. But I guess it's... we were looking at something else, so yeah. So who knows, maybe the team Lunishko is in not such a bad state. Okay, never mind, we have some Strat bombers coming in here and hot. As the Revenants have been most likely spotted by the team Lunishko, or... no, they weren't. They are still unspotted. No, there was a ping, so yes, it seems like someone just spotted them just for a single moment, most likely when the Strat bombers were flying over this position here. No, wait. They are still unaware of them. They just moved back all the ASF, and now the Strat bombers are making a beeline for the enemy air grid. What a blunder. They were ready to go and actually go and fight them, but now they're moving all the ASF towards the top part of the map, and here comes the bombs. And kaboom, baby, 3 pigeons are down. So yes, say cheese, as the Strat bombers are gonna kill half of the air grid belonging to Mr. Lime. Another pigeon gonna go and fall down due to the beautiful micro coming from Blissful Moon. It seems like no more bombs are gonna get dropped as the Strat bombers all have been shot down. Never mind, one more bomb and oh, that was beautiful. Nearly the whole base is gone. The T3 Air HQ is still available, so the pigeons are gonna get built in no time, but yeah. This is gonna go and, well, set them back to the Stone Age of the airplays, so yes. It seems like the favor is gonna... it seems like the Lady Luck is gonna go and favor the bold. So yes, Limes with the 3 stealthy Strat bombers managed to go and deal massive damage to the enemy air force. As right now, for the next few minutes, there are gonna be no reinforcements available for the team Lunishko, meaning that the Willowisp and his teammates should be fully capable of grabbing some good map control from this little win. And we will see what is gonna be the next play on the team. For now, it seems like there is not enough destroyers available in this unit's mix, as basically half of the naval ships available is only gonna be cruisers, so yes, it's fully understandable why Mr. Terzo is gonna go and fall back. Nope, he's gonna go all in, as he is here to go and deal with the spam of Yenzins. And there was also a drop happening here, as we can see that the Autumn Siege tanks are laying waste, versus the T3 Maxes belonging to Lunishko, as Terzo is still dropping random T2 drops all around the map with his transports. Okay, the Cormorants, the torpedo bombers from Blissful, are here to go and finish off what was started by the Navy belonging to Terso, and that is cleaning up the enemy Ushavok destroyers, as not a single battleship or destroyer are available now for Lunishko. And it seems like it's only gonna get worse. But why? Why is Willow building shards at this point of the game? That's very, very bad. You don't wanna be building these little guys, as those buggers are basically kinda useless. Although I guess they're pretty fast, so at the tier 1 stage, well, we have nothing better so we can use them. But it seems like the world naval factories, all 3 of them, are now gonna get killed by the Exodus class destroyers belonging to Willowisp, as the situation is getting more and more dire with each and every passing second. Torpedo bombers coming in here to go and shot down the enemy missile ship. Unfortunately, they're gonna go and pay the piper by all of them dying versus the ASF belonging to Blissful Noob. Although surprisingly, it seems like Shen is kinda not being able to push versus Scrat, so I guess it's only a given, as the slot which controls the M27 island is the one who will have the upper hand in the game. Though looking at the mass income, it seems like Scrat is actually struggling compared to Shen, as Shen might not have the additional island available to himself, but he still have nearly double the mass ammo per second compared to his opponent. And yes, Banani, those factories are not gonna work out for you. They might buy you some more time, but yeah, that's all they're gonna do. Unit ships, unit destroyers and Galaxy-class battleships available to go and stop the push from Willow. A single lonesome frigate spotting in one after another from the T1 factories are not gonna stop this push, so yes. You will have to go and work harder, or come up with a better plan to go and stop Mr. Willow, as the Orange Man is just not stopping. Let's see if the ensigns from Banani are gonna do anything. No, they are not going in. All they're gonna do is just walk from this side to the other and then come back again. Doing nothing more but, well, suffering losses. So unfortunate. Now we have the first class, the Omen battle class, battleships joining the fray for Tersto. So yes, this is very good to see, as the Omen class are very, very good at the early stages of the game. But let's look what is actually happening in here. Anything interesting or not? Seems like no sketchy stuff is being built for now by the players. No, never mind. Willowisppsi is building the nuclear missile launcher. Okay, no, I mean the nuclear missile. The launcher is already done, but the missile itself is 40% done, and well, with the heavy assist, it will most likely fly towards the base belonging to his opponents in the next few minutes. But is there SMD available? Yes, there is SMD available on the middle island for Banani. So this is gonna be the prime snipe target for the team Willow, as if they wanna go and actually hit any other big targets, like the bases belonging to Limes or Scrat, then yeah, they will have to go and kill the SMD in the mid lane. Another juicy drop coming in from Tersto, as the man is proving his worth as the frontal player. Is there MAA available? No, no MAA available, no anti-air units, only some gunters, and oh no, it got shot down just when he was supposed to go and drop the units, as the ASF from Limes just came in clutch a second before a disaster struck the base of Banani. Okay, it seems like we have Khatum battleships also hitting the battlefield, as Banani is responding in kind by bringing on his own battleships to the fight, so yes. Even though the Omens were the first one to hit the battle, but no, he's not microing the units, as we can see that the TML missiles are hitting the Khatum battleship one after another, as the cruisers, the bunch of cruisers available to Tersto, are breaking through the TMD defenses of the battleships. So yes, with each and every passing minute, the situation is becoming more and more dire for the bottom team. as the naval forces from Shen are also somehow managing to go and snipe the T3HQ, the naval one, as the missile ships from Shen, the Torrent class, are well raining death from far, far away, and with no TMD available apart from a single battleship one. It seems like this factory might be gone in the next few seconds, or should I say minutes, as half the missiles are unfortunately going astray. Another T3 autumn drop being dropped by Terstov, who is just playing around with food right now by using the 4 autumn drop with a transport that only have 300 HP, so basically a single shot from ASF will kill it. We have airfight happening as there is also a Soul Reaper in the base belonging to Lunishko, as the SMD just have been killed and such. All the bases of the teams Fatosov are now open. The ASF fight is going to go to the hands of Team Willowisp, as Blissful Noob is proving to be the better elf player in this game. The autumn drop also managed to go and land, killing the T3 maxes belonging to Limes, and even more, swinging the game into the side of Team Willow. So yes, it seems like a miracle will have to go and happen for the team Lunishko to actually go and win this game. As we can see that all of the front lines are basically collapsing. The right side basically nearly dead as the missile is now finally launched, as Willowisp is gonna go and aim it straight at the base belonging to Limes. Do they have SMD built here or not? It seems like there is no SMD available. I don't see one, or at least not a finished one. They were planning to go and build one here, but unfortunately it is gonna be too late. The missile is already halfway through. As we can see it, it's flying high above the base of Banani, a base which had the SMD, and SMD that have been sniped by a big nasty roach, also known as the T4 experimental unit of the Cybran faction, the Soul Reaper. And here comes the missile. Here comes the missile, and it seems like Team Banani is not even trying to go and run away, as not only the air grid is gonna go and fall down, but also the missile will clip the ACU belonging to Limes, scoring a kill not only on the air grid, but also on the enemy ACU, as GGs are coming out in the chat, as most likely after this loss, yep, it seems like the team Banani is gonna go and say and concede the game by recalling. GG, well played, as the game number 1 goes to the team Willowisp.